Так, да, микрофон работает. Всем привет, вы на канале Играю, и сегодня я буду проходить сюжет к Сумеру на этом стриме. Магия. Я живой консервой, иду по тропинке и поворачивался. Подходите, подходите, традиционные специи высочайшего качества.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all.
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Well, guess that's only to be expected, but... Let's get up. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the... Osman told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Academia doesn't seem to have any research facilities. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item?
Это может быть важно для нашего расследования. Давай это и поясним для начала.
Given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found,
Welcome. How can I?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question.
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumero City that are about to graduate, many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time research, sure, we may not be Sumero City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos. So students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the academia. Ah, you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of...
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again?
They're called Ain el Ahmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of... They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the Academia. I've heard that Ain al-Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly...
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for?
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche.
Well, I guess that makes sense. And the only thing...
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. Is knowledge something people just buy and sell like that? So, what's your plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us... Oh, all right. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of Mora. La la la. talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh! Once we reclaim the power of King Deshret, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a...
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick mora?
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power.
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret. So they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We...
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Paimon can't stand to see so much more ago.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention King Deshret just now.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can... As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King Deshret. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was
So, you mean...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her action. But the story doesn't end there. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwell... If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its...
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged Academia...
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that just said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to...
I told you the other day.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that...
Yes, and in no uncertain terms.
I'm warning you.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, if, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action... Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 Mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word. Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa! Did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. He went that way! After him! Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future. Alright. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them,
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong.
He doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Those hot-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup.
Alright, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're certain, we'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information,
You were willing to part with 500,000 Mora for something? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
we know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
What? Paimon can't tell what it is. It looks like some...
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fix. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their content.
That's amazing.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumero to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed in... But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for them by the Akasha. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to Mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk. let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academy lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my...
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges. You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informants. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
Я просто молчу на стороне. Прикольно. Да, трансляция идет. О, мне 2 человека заходили. Вот это да. Так. Понятно.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for more, and I'll prepare some funds for you. That's true. Have you two heard of Elemental Sight?
Так.
Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold... Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
Так. YouTube. Далее. Так. Чат. О, Кристинка, привет.
They look the same to Paimon.
А, Кристинки сейчас нет, понятно.
Try inspecting them with Elemental Sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through Elemental Sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration using Elemental Sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the... Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend... Oh, and be...
Matra?
The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. Okay.
А теперь...
Looking at what Alhaitham wrote, Dory's informant is a trader near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in
Nyam, nyam.
contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the paper.
What a unique palette. We have unripe horror fruits, but we usually keep them in the back.
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe horror fruits.
Got it. You too. Please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
На. Раунак. На.
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right.
I'm sorry, but as things currently
He's cautious of us. Let's take a quick...
Понятно, все да.
Before I retrieve your products, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to... You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer.
Так,
But eating hara fruit that makes it...
Would you
теперь
like
всё
your
по-
hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumero City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your product. Okay. Everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot! It's the Matra! Run!
What? The mantra? Where? I'll hate them if we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant.
Run, Вася, run. Run, Вася, run.
О. Тут аккаунты не смотрят. Колдвар. Колдвар. Я сам с 38-м ран... с 39-м рангом. Я просто прохожу сюжетку Сумеру на стриме. Так, мне, значит, не сюда. Мне надо туда наверх, что ли, или как? Куда я? Да куда я? Мне надо было по лестнице подниматься. Куда я?
La la la. Look, he's over there.
Я гонщик нелегальный, профессиональный. Еду на всей скорости.
I'm out of here.
Ниже? Нет, не ниже.
If you're hiding from the Rishkaland tiger, come this way. Another password. Huh? Oh,
Сюда теперь. Все?
here, over here. You can stop running now. So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse myself.
Oh, very good.
Так.
Huh? Wait, you're Dory? I'm unsure thought you'd look a whole lot. Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you say, then you can forget that, but it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I'd bet my Mora that you've been involved in... I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment, but we'll take it. I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much Mora they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. Just decent folks trying to run an honest business. We don't need any of that. So that's why I prefer it's your first time here. But don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, please knock yourself out. As long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course, of course. Wow, she has a trove of parent knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be what kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not interested in your... Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of Tibet have ever studied it, making it Who would want to be an expert in that topic? Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of Tibet? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find it. Ooh, now this sounds like 2 million Mora, and it's yours. Woo! Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price of each knowledge capsule are in. Alright, let's try the method that I'll hate to mention. You are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you are a rare breed. 1 in 100. Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more, you can pick any knowledge capsule of your choice up to a value of 1. Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million. We just bought is easily worth 500,000 Mora. If we spend just a little more, we can get something worth 1. Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. And so far, everything we bought belongs to Alhaitham. Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on. We still have around 100,000 of Alhaitham's Mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for the excellent. And then please select from this. Hold on a second. I thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we? Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million Mora each. I'm sure discerning customers. Oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the Mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques, the art of growing spices, an overview of ancient runes. Oh, how about this one? Sword fighting techniques 8. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Look! Dory, we'll take this one! Alright! Very good! I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure...
Ну, наконец-то. А теперь гонщик нелегальный, профессиональный, едет на всей скорости. Вот и помер дед Макси. Куда? А, все нормально, все нормально, все под контролем. Блинчики к чаю. Гонщик нелегальный. Вот.
You two made it. And from the looks on your face...
Whoa. There's so many people from the academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup?
Well, Wikela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here. I came to Port Ormos under...
You're a pretty daring guy.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcha won't come here.
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the knowledge capsule?
Before that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Yeah, he just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We've been in Sumero for a while when we heard that the Academia had lost some...
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we can...
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist. And it's right here.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine knowledge capsule truly is. As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late. But my personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various, I agreed to forego. However, they adamantly believe.
So you kept hounding them because the...
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with. The divine knowledge capsule should be up to ensure the capsule's secure, unless I know whose Dory is the...
In other words, you wanted us...
Yes, you can say the day after tomorrow. If I get the opportunity to study the divine knowledge capsule, I will relay my findings to you.
А я пока
Will
отойду
that suffice as compensation?
пожраться.
Okay, then we'll meet up in 2 days.
Так, я здесь.
Before you go, we actually bought a knowledge capsule.
You two want to try using it. Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic, though. What do you...
Так. Способность гонщика нелегальный. И способность ориентирования в пространстве. Спасибо, Майнкрафт.
Alright, this place works.
Here.
Sword fighting techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule. This class is something of a rare find these days.
Really? Ah, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, effects will likely be minimal if you... We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles. One before using this knowledge capsule, and one after. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various physical parameters. There may be variances in your physical strength between the two tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry. I'll run
Wow! Hey, them! Hyman's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed hand knowledge to graduate from the academia, right?
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity. This...
sounds like you're trying...
All right, let's begin the test.
Useless.
Boring.
Jump, la la la.
Привет, Хайпом.
All right. I'll link your Akasha terminal to record data. The next step is to use this knowledge capsule. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish a connection with it.
Magic. Инвентарь. Это. Ого. Ого-го. Magic. Это настоящий magic.
Hey, how are you feeling?
Отлично.
You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2. Fight with the same composure as before.
Против них умело можно использовать заряженные атаки. Эти подохли, а...
Now, I'll start recording data.
Oh, hey, Thumb. How's it going?
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve his combat capability. During the second fight, his overall fighting performance...
Wait, how much? Dory's such a jerk! She totally scammed us! 1 million...
Of course, this could be because he is so powerful, but the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial increase. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. Our deal seems increasing. I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk.
В 7 утра. Блин, а как? А как мне на это переключиться? Ладно. 2 дня. Сюда. Бам.
Let's see Dory today and ask her about where the divine knowledge capsule is.
Вот так вот.
Here, over here! Oh, welcome back, my loyal patrons. Well, you name it. Hand knowledge, supplies, or anything else you need. I'll find a way to get it. Can you really get us anything we want? Anything at all? Aha! So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please, oblige me. Tell me what you have in mind. Oh! Our new customers with pockets as deep as yours would undoubtedly crave something more. But you know, that kind of information isn't going. After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if anyone found out that I was the leaker, I would be... But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious. How you just happen to have this kind of... Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. Therefore, I must ask for the information's authenticity. Well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it. It's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons. Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased yesterday by a certain Misery, the leader of Ain el-Ahmar. Ain el-Ahmar? So you all. The group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. After all, they believe that Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. It was glowing bright. The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took. Thanks for the info, Please, it's my pleasure. Well, we figured out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is. Turns out, it ended up in the hands of Ain el-Ahmar. Let's head back and talk to Al-Haytham.
Внезапно, но я ужил. I believe I can fly, I believe I can fly the sky.
We got the info you wanted.
Really? All right. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify.
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the... All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery. In which case...
First, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these... After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious...
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the app. See you then.
Al-Haytham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to the...
Yep.
Трансляцию. Если что, сейчас иду прямую трансляцию. Ну, ничего. Всё нормально. Не знала, что даже фамилия Панос здесь.
The damned will sooner die again
А
than
теперь
lay a
можно
hand on me.
идти.
I'll hate them. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy enough to actually...
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. This is turning into quite an occasion. I also...
Back up. Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic because he helped you out? I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Камеру даже потрясли дистанцию. Пайман, как всегда.
Where do you think you're going?
Dumpy dumpy go! La la la! Hi-ya!
Но!
О, привет, бананчик. Насчет твоего вопроса все нормально. Только скоро я пойду к врачу. Такие истины. Так что он примерно через час стрим закончится, потому что примерно через час мне надо будет к врачу. А, привет, Петя. Здорово. Удивлен. Да я понял. Привет, Петя.
La-la-la!
No more tricks up your sleeve. You want this one?
Бам! И все, вот и помер дед Максим. Касцена.
Academia scum! Boss,
СПС.
finally! Did you use it?
Жесткая отрыв.
Great! Now we can...
Ого.
Boss?
Он был захвачен на кашу. Да, он был захвачен на кашу.
Boss!
Реакшн.
Boss! What's wrong?
What happened to him?
We have to cut his Akasha connection. Now.
Это Санс. Только в Genshin инфаркт.
Target acquired. Arrest him.
Кто? Дали Хайтам.
Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Alhaitham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away.
The magic.
World, forget me.
What in Tibet just happened?
It looks like he used the divine knowledge capsule.
You mean the divine knowledge capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane?
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. This divine knowledge capsule does appear to be linked to the gods, but beyond that, it doesn't seem anything like the rumors suggest. Did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the divine knowledge. Still, Paimon didn't expect the divine knowledge capsule would be...
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos. I believe...
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the divine knowledge capsule that...
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist outside of Sumeru's entire administration. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deep...
everything about Lesser Lord Kusan...
I'm heading back to the Academia.
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zero's festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good. Then we'll part ways here, Al-Haytham. Until we meet again.
Понял, понял.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?
Он нас заскамил, блин. Аль-Хайтам меня заскамил. Ах, он засранец. Еще это magic.
We didn't miss the Sub-Zero's festival, right?
Так, сперва в гильдию.
Hurry and find Dunyarzad. She must be around the Grand Bazaar, since she showed us around there last
вот.
time. Ad Astra Abyssask.
Сперва вот это. Потом
Ad Astra.
вот это.
Ням. Ням. Ням.
Все. Готово. Я с февраля этого года играю.
There she is! Dunyarzad, we're back!
I will be back. Или как там говорил?
Just as promised, Traveler and Paimon. I'm so glad that you two came back to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday. Indeed. The festival's tomorrow. I've been preparing for so long that I can't help but feel a little...
There's no need to be nervous.
Thanks. Speaking of which,
Of course we went. A lot of things happened there.
I see. Sounds like you two had another exciting adventure. If there is another chance.
My lady, if you went to Port Ormos in your current state, we'd both be in for a lifetime of trouble.
Dia! You were eavesdropping.
It's called covert protection. Keeping an ear out for what's...
It's alright, Dia. I merely said I would like to go. I know better than to think my body could handle it. The festival's tomorrow. I've been doing
А,
nothing
Геншин
except
на
cause
ПК
and trouble
я
for you.
уже сам не
So,
помню.
Dia, please
Но он
When you
весит
put it
больше,
that
чем
way,
на
it still
телефоне.
doesn't feel right.
Из-за того, что там еще скачется программа одна.
Don't worry, my guardian knight.
Для того, чтобы ты соблюдал лицензионное соглашение.
Okay, fine, but only
Проверяет,
tonight.
короче, файлы.
Tomorrow's a big day, and
Oh, you two must be exhausted from your... I've already prepared a room for you to rest. Please.
Whoa, you're so tough.
Мне точно сюда? Ну, вроде бы сюда.
Make my escape.
Here we are. It's also fairly close to where I've been staying.
It looks really nice.
Not at all. It just comes...
That's Paimon's specialty. Paimon can tell you...
Oh, if you don't mind.
Но с выходом Фонтейна, Петя, будет стоить он, например, 100 гигов как минимум.
Yeah.
Потому что это уже не за
Pretty
горами.
hard to relax and enjoy the festival if Dia's constantly hovering over you.
Then let's meet at the nearby bazaar first thing tomorrow.
It's a deal. Good night, Dunya.
I may be too excited to fall asleep.
Paimon started to really look forward to the Sub-Zero festival. Oh, no.
Так,
Did we oversleep?
Так,
We
так.
should go meet Dunya's.
Пам 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 пам.
Traveler, Paimon.
Good morning, Dunya's. You must...
Not at all. I arrived early. Today is finally here. I must share.
You've worked so hard for this day. You gotta enjoy it to the fullest.
You know it. Well, shall we?
Ладно, пока.
Many vendors came out of the blue to support the event. And they insisted on covering costs themselves. Let's go give them some business.
They paid for everything out of pocket? Oh, sounds like they're not in this just for the Mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's
Почему
birthday.
здесь так светит, а здесь тьма настала, хотя было равномерно. Все.
This is a stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
Oh, you could tell straight away. I thought most people nowadays wouldn't know.
Mushrooms, flowers, and all kind of fruit? It's all that... So, what's the Haftmid?
It's another Sub-Zero's festival tradition. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods. Generally speaking, the most common selections are foods like Rukashaba mushrooms, Nilo Pala lotuses, Sumera roses, Sunsetias, Kapalata.
So, the Sub-Zero festival is a vegetarian holiday?
You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy the spread. We just use the 7 foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Wait, but if that's the case, if Sumero uses vegetarian food, then wouldn't the Pyro Archon's festival be full of food like roasted food, juicy... Oh, Traveler, we have to go to Natlon as soon as possible!
I hope your wish comes true one day, Paimon.
Thanks! Alright, how about we also check out...
Dear customers, would you like to try your hand at alchemical divination?
What's alchemical divination? Those sound...
Right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. It is said to be a mysterious craft invented by none other than Lesser Lord Kusanali herself.
So, How does it work?
It's quite simple. After you give me any 2 alchemical reagents, I'll use them to perform a random transmutation.
Sure sounds random. So random that it will probably fail.
That is precisely what we need. After the transmutation fails, your one and only diviner here will interpret the remnants.
Well, according to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is interconnected, and all that occurs can be traced back to fate.
Why does everything sound so much more...
So that's the true wisdom behind it. This young lady sure knows her...
Так, теперь...
Теперь.
Okay, one moment.
Paimon wants to take a look too.
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, I remember now. It means illusions and...
Illusions and lies?
Yes, but this book says that if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
He's not even trying to hide his book anymore.
Naturally, fate will only ever show you the beginning of a journey. It is...
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay.
They say the Sub-Zerus festival was very lively a long, long time ago. Large flower carriages used to parade through the city. As they headed towards Port Ormos, people would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
Dunyarzad's eyes are sparkling right now.
I wish I could have seen that spectacle. But if you ask me, I'm sure Nilu's dance of Sub-Zerus would be just as impressive.
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalda.
It's a weird guy with a weird hat. Hey, it's Dunyarzad!
Miss Dunyarzad, the children love... In the few short days it took to prepare for the Sub-Zerus festival, the children have all grown very fond of you.
The Hallowed Knight of Flowers. It's an honor that you know my name.
Attention! In the name of fair... All right, little soldiers. Take your Yalda candies and don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Yes, Knight Theris! Just what?
Theris, the Knight of Flowers, is another Sub-Zerus festival icon, and one immensely popular with children. In the past, the actor portraying Ferris...
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can make...
As are we to you, Vihar.
Oh, not at all. Oh, speaking of tradition, do you want some Yalda...
Whichever one,
That is the fun part. Each box contains a...
Ooh, those are...
And there's also Lizard Tail and Oni Kabuto.
Huh? What's up with...
Oni Kabuto is a little spicier than Lizard Tail.
Dunyarzad? You tried them before? Traveler, let Paimon pick one. Paimon wants this one. It's alright. Paimon believes...
I also believe in your intuition.
Great. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want? Attention! That's unfortunate.
Oh, Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles because you had incredible luck.
The Sunsetia flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most important thing is that...
Really?
It's Night of Flowers.
Paimon really wilted the carriageless Knight of Flowers.
They all basically sound the same. We got our candy, so let's keep going.
Oh, actually, I just remembered that I left something behind. Can you come with me to get it?
Dunyarzad, you probably forgot because...
How embarrassing.
И куда? А я могу сюда? Дай пожрать.
Attention, young...
Ладно. Меня... Упс! Я тут все разбомблю тогда уж. Так. Мне нужны вот эти вот фруктики. Не то, чтобы взять шаурму. Шаурма, шаурма. Шаурма. Шаурма.
Дай мне сделать свою шаурму.
Я сожгу весь твой магазин. Ты меня понял? Войти. Ну, я вошел. Big Brain. Куплю-ка я вот это. Не куплю-ка. Так. Ну, здесь мне ничего нет. Тогда, пожалуй, я пойду. Пук. Все, я ушел. А.
We're too late. Who knew the little lady was such an early riser?
I know, right?
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our
Сейчас
clutch.
будет разбор.
Those Eremites don't look like...
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayani.
That's right. We haven't received any of their mora, but I wonder how much the Humayanis would shell out to get...
They're a gang of kidnappers! Traveler, hurry and protect Dunyarzad!
Hey, did you scumbags even consider that the Homayanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
You're... Dia! Dia the Flame Maiden. No wonder we mercs haven't heard anything about you for...
Don't speak so disrespectfully. My family started working with her as gratitude for her past kindness to us.
Ладно, стрим
Don't worry
закончится
about it,
раньше,
my
чем я
lady.
думал.
Just some friendly banter between mercs. One punch and those rabid...
Aren't your claws...
Traveler, take Miss Dunyarzad to a safe look...
No! We're gonna stay and help! There's too many of them! You're right. Alright, fine.
Please be careful, Dia.
Don't waste your time worrying about me. This is my job. Look out for yourself.
Куда я? Хотя... Да, мне все-таки сюда.
Dunyarzad, are you okay? You look...
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're sure you're okay?
I'll be fine after some rest. I'm more worried about Dia. After all, none of this would have happened if I hadn't
Yeah, don't worry.
My lady, traveler, found ya.
Dia! You took care of them.
Any more of them? Or rather, did anyone follow you?
Dia, your arm.
Oh, this? I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Normally they wouldn't have been able to land a hit on me at all, but I'm still getting used to this new greatsword.
Please, let me take a closer look.
Come on, it's nothing. Us mercs aren't as fragile as you think.
Hold on, you said something about a new greatsword?
About that. Well, I sold it, because I was low on more.
It can't be. The anonymous donation that was used for the venue's final round of preparations?
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad, I wasn't trying to make you cry, and I'm not gonna lose my commission because I made my employer cry, am I?
Okay, making your employer cry.
You're so...
Thank you very much, Dia.
Don't be like that.
Are you feeling unwell again,
My lady, your condition. Traveler, can you take her somewhere to...
Truly, I'm sorry for the trouble, everyone.
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Yes, much better. Just give me a few moments and I'll be good to go. I didn't realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue to keep it a secret. I was actually born with Elazar. It's terminal now.
Can't believe it's Elazar.
Oh, you've already heard of Elazar. Enact Sumeru's current medical advancements still haven't been able to find a cure. The disease's progression can only be delayed.
Dunyarzad.
There's no need to be sad. I've always lived with Elazar and I came to terms with it a long time ago. Compared to the simple fact that I'm afflicted with this, I know that my family loves me dearly. They've done all they can. Did you know? Before I ran away from home this time, the world outside of my home didn't even know that I existed. Since I was a child, all I could do was sit on my bed and stare at everything outside of my window. I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets. I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's not to mention the incredible time spent preparing for the festival. The joy on everyone this way. When my final day does arrive, at the very least, many people will remember that I once existed in this world. Right?
As long as you don't forget Paimon. Paimon also won't forget.
To be honest, Lesser Lord Kusanali gave me the courage to do all of this. If it weren't thanks... Oh, right. Isn't it almost time?
Huh?
Isn't the dance of Sub-Zeros about to begin? Nilu will recreate that, and with that, my wish will also...
Then what are we waiting for? Let's...
Yeah, we should stop... Пу-пу-пу-пу-пу. Я гонщик нелегальный.
Where I go?
Were you not aware that the law prohibits this type of performance from taking place without prior permission?
Over there! Someone's...
I think I just saw the Academia's Grand Sage.
But the Dance of Sub-Zeros is one of the key parts of the Sub-Zeros Festival.
The Sub-Zeros Festival. The law also prohibits the private hosting of large-scale religious festivals. If you continue to resist, We will have to order an investigation into every single event organized. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I thought...
How... The Academia was originally responsible for the Sub-Zero's festival, but they failed this responsibility for many years. I need to speak with them. This is a hard pill to swallow, but you're right. Things would only get worse.
Art, dance. Aren't you ashamed of pursuing such frivolous and meaningless activities in this land of knowledge and reason? Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to defile it.
No. I believe that our Archon never rejected the arts. Even the goddess of flowers dedicated a dance to her.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore. When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nagarbaha Day that prohibits public art performances.
Understood. I will inform him when I return.
The Sub-Zero's festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Nilu, are you okay? Oh, Junior Zod. You all saw them.
Yeah.
Find us and perform there. But how do we let everyone know? What about the atmosphere? Or we could get people to block them off so they can't interrupt the performance. No. They just threatened to investigate.
Nilu, it's alright. Don't worry about it.
But you've been looking forward to the Dance of Sub-Zero so much.
It's okay. Seeing you care this much about my feelings, it would be too risky to continue the Sub-Zero's festival at this point.
If you say so. But you can sneak out for the next...
The next one. Yes. Okay. It's a promise.
I can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless geezers.
It really is okay. There's... Still, I'd be lucky.
A lot happened. Nilu and Dunyarzad promised to make the next Sub-Zero's festival a success. But Dunyarzad is running out of time. Yeah.
All connections have been secured to construct the most stable framework. The project has entered its most critical phase. Power has begun.
We're gonna be late! It's all because you wouldn't get out of bed!
Все, время заканчивать стрим. Чанск, всем спасибо за просмотр. Всем пока, увидимся завтра.